Romantics, it's Lady Luna from LDSvegan.com and LadyLunaMerch.com, and today we're going to talk about how to stop limiting beliefs.
Healthy body, healthy mind, it's Lunaversity time.
So this is a principle in the law of attraction. If you guys have never heard of it, I would definitely read the book called The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. There's a lot of books on law of attraction, if not that one. Essentially, the secret or the law of attraction is where like attracts like. So if you think positive thoughts and say positive words and do positive actions, you will receive positive circumstances. Whereas if you do all negative things, like say negative words, have negative thoughts, and behave negatively, you're going to have negative circumstances in your life. A big part of the law of attraction is learning to think positively. And sometimes, especially if you've grown up in a household with a lot of negative people, or you've just carried this negative mindset throughout your life, it can be really, really difficult to keep negative thoughts from coming into your mind. So I have struggled with that. And here's the thing. I think no matter how good you get at law of attraction, there's always going to be times when some negative thought comes in your head, because we're all human. I don't think anyone can stop those thoughts from happening. But here's something we need to remember. You may have a thought, but do you entertain that thought? That's what we need to remember. By entertain that thought, I mean have a feeling attached to it. We may think of something like a pink elephant. And of course, law of attraction doesn't make that thing just appear in the room. Thank goodness it doesn't, as it says in the movie The Secret, if you've seen that. For some reason, if we think about something, that doesn't necessarily give power to it. But if we attach a positive or negative feeling to that thought, that is ultimately what manifests it. When we're trying to get rid of doubt or just negative thoughts about ourselves or things like that, it can be really hard to change the way we were thinking before. So I have a few steps that I learned from an author friend of mine, actually, when I asked her this question. She's one of the most confident people I know. I asked her how she stops her limiting beliefs, and she had some amazing advice that I will share with you now. The first thing she said is to keep a journal. A lot of times we hear so many little voices tugging us back and forth about, you're not good enough for this, or you could totally do that. You know, different things that we're listening to according to our own conscience. And if we keep a journal, I find, especially for myself, that it's a lot easier for me to work out how I'm really feeling about something and if I need to work on something more. It helps get rid of some of that confusion, and it does give you more confidence. Another thing it can do is it helps you practice positive thinking. So even if you're thinking some negative things, if you learn how to write out things that are happening to you in a more positive way in your journal, that will ultimately help you to think more positively if you practice it enough. Another thing to do when you're watching how you say things to people or to yourself or whatever, you need to practice something that my friend said she calls, "Is that a myth?" So what this means is if you find yourself thinking something like, "Oh, I really want to write a book, but I could never do that," then what you think is that a myth? Is that a myth that I just thought? And as silly as this may sound, it actually works. Because when you ask yourself, is that a myth? Meaning, is that something that's not really true, it hasn't been proven, I don't have any evidence for that, then you start to think maybe it is possible that I could write a book or whatever it is you're wanting to do. You can also do this when you're talking with someone who's being negative, especially this person said to do it between me and my husband. So if one of us are talking to the other one and we say something like, "Oh, but we could never do that," or "This is going so badly," or something like that, the other one has to say, "Is that a myth? Is that a myth that just came out of your mouth?" The thing is, it's one of those things like you fake it till you make it. If you understand that your negative thoughts are just fear, they're not a fact, there's so much more you could do. There's so much more potential that you have. Another step is, during the day, try to find things to be happy about every single day. Even if you're having the most craptastic day that you've ever had, make sure that you're looking for things that you like on the drive to work, on the drive back. Even if it's like, "Oh, I really like the shirt that lady's wearing today," or something even very small. I find that on the drive to work, that's when you're seeing a lot of things all at once. So then it's easiest, at least for me, to look at all the different things I like. Like sometimes I'll see a mom and dad and their little kids. I'm like, oh, I want a family someday, of my own. That'll be so cute. And it's going to be different for everyone else, the things that they notice. But once you start noticing those things, it starts leaving less and less room in your mind for any doubt or any negative self-talk or anything like that. So I would highly suggest doing that. Another step is to just think about what you think about. And I think I've touched on this in a video before, but what that means is when you're going throughout your day, try and pay attention to where your mind is going, if it's going more to negative thoughts or positive thoughts. And then once you do that, you can learn something that's in the secret. It's called shifting. So if you catch yourself thinking something like, oh, I hate the way my body looks, or something like that, before you can attach a feeling to that, before you can attach any negative feeling to that, learn to shift that thought. So shift it to something you do like. So if you feel yourself thinking, oh, I don't really like my body or something, think, I am doing a lot better than I used to. I am eating so much healthier now. Or if you're not, think, oh, I really like the color of this shirt on me. I love how this looks, or something along those lines. There's always, always some kind of positive thought you can replace in that negative thought about yourself or your potential. So I hope these tips helped you guys. If you have any more tips that you personally would like to share, leave them in the comments below, and I would love to see what you have to say. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like this video if you liked it, and subscribe for more videos like this. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye!